EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington Redskins and the Chicago Bears. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. The drive starts with a give to Spiller. And an alley to run. A big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. They'll try the right side with Harris. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with to have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On 2nd down, this is Harris. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. It's a foot race. The 40, the 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And not liking what he's seeing here, Mahomes is going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points. Get nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Let's go.
Now Spiller. And an alley to run. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll be taken down at the 26. That one 28 yards on the ground.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
Hey, exit.
On 1st and 10, Love. It's complete to Fuller. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
He's already scored once. He definitely had his eyes wide open trying to get in there a second time, but I thought that was a really nice play defensively to deny him.
Yeah, it was, as you said, keeping him away from his second first-quarter touchdown there. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Tighten down. There you go. 56 to Mike. Bravo. They're not ready for this, man.
Here's Locke. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Will Fuller with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. As the Bears push further out in front. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll give to Harris. And he spins through. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's at the 40. 20. 10. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Rosas good with the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Flushed out right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. That's caught at the 25. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Will Fuller with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. As the Bears push further out in front, McManus's point after is good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
4 yards on the pickup.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They run with Harris. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And they give this time to the tailback. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
57's the mic.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lamb. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 35.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Now a first down carry for Harris. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
On 2nd down, it's Harris. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Steps away to his left. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. Well, they knew who to turn to on 4th down. Their horse, they needed the short yardage. He just couldn't get it.
And that's the surprise because normally that's bread and butter for them, right? Hand it to the big guy, let him go, pick up the first down. Didn't get it there. All credit to the defense. Usually, even if they know he's coming, he can't be stopped, and they got it done on that play.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They run with Spiller. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Throwing on third down. Luck. Man open. That's Robert Foster complete. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback.
And this is caught at the 20. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. That's 3 touchdown passes now for Andrew Luck as the Bears push further out in front.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. And got his man complete. That's one heck of a 3rd down conversion. A pickup of 39. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Over the middle, complete. It's Lamb. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Like 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing. And as a play...
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that will get him one closer. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
11Z. Hey, Alpha.
Love. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's got Fuller. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. Luck going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far.
Let's see what you got. 45.
Out of the gun, Luck. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Here's Luck. He's letting this one go for Fuller. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Chicago. Will Fuller, as the first half is winding down, as the Bears push further out in front. The 21st pick back in the 2016 draft, Will Fuller, and we know that he can take the top off of a defense.
He certainly can, and the way that he does it is just straight, pure speed. And I saw it with one of the better defensive coordinators in the league, and I said, how do you defend that? And he said, at times, you absolutely don't. If the quarterback gets time and he heaves it downfield, Will Fuller's going to outrun any coverage you put out there.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, this is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves them with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Here we go, 4th down, Mahomes, escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a 1st down.
Not sure I agreed with the decision to go for it, but I definitely agreed with his decision to run it. He picked up that big 1st down. I think he let his head coach off the hook.
That's what I was just going to say. If there's anybody more happy than the quarterback picking it up, it's the coach that saw him pick it up. Spins away. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a 1st down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
First down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Silver.
Now they try the right side here. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Redskins are able to cut into that deficit. Rosas good with the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given them a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets them into a 3rd and 1 situation.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Here's Spiller. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
And that's why you spend a 1st-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
Come on, boy. 11. Clock.
Luck on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Jakeem Grant, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year, as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point from McManus is good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he finally runs out of gas, but not before he's inside the 10-yard line.
Similar to golf, you never want to count a score before it actually happens, but you have to figure. They thought they were going to get 6 on that play. Great effort to keep them out of the end zone, but a big-time return.
Breaking the huddle, 1st and goal as the return team has set him up with golden field position. This is Harris, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Yellow, yellow. Come on, 80. 56. Blue down, blue down. Switch, switch. Shoot. Hey, Sunday. Watch it.
They'll run again with Harris. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming.
Yellow. All right, 80. Stick it to Mike. Gotta do better. Yellow. Come on. Jack. Watch the twist. Attack. Watch out.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that will get them one closer. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
36. Hey, orbit.
A shotgun snap for Love. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Montez Sweat has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd.
11 feet. Hey, Delta. Mike 55. Man, I got you.
From the gun, here's Love. Going to throw right side here, complete. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. They're going to go for it here on 4th. Luck in the offense is going to stay out there.
Hey, Charlie. Get him.
They snap it to Luck. It's complete to Grant. 1st down for the Bears, a gain of 15. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
A pair of 1st downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. This is Spiller. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Luck looks to throw on 3rd and 1. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
56. Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Here we go on 4th. Luck. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Luck now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he's taken down inside the 30. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down for the Bears.
Defense wins championships, baby. 12.
Hey, Haywood.
55.
On 1st down, Luck. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's 4th. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Will Fuller ties LT with his 31st touchdown of the year as the Bears push further out in front. McManus's point after is good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check out read. Check. Motion.
They run with Harris. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Tackle coming from the safety, Trey Flowers.
Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense, it's going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
Flushed out right. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 42. On first down, Mahomes.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lamb. And they'll get this down to the 10.
Come on, fellas.
So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Josh Allen able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That's complete right around the 8. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. Mahomes throwing on 4th. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Brian Poole. He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 40. He's at the 30. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach? Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Josh Allen able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys are just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Chicago, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Eagles will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, there will be no perfect season here as the win streak to start the year ends at 11. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.